What's up, guys? Mike here with Cards View Sports Cards. Okay, so what's the fastest way to sell sports cards on eBay? Offering massive discounts, free shipping, accepting whatever offer anybody sends you, whether it's $5 or $1. And while it's true that these methods can move the inventory from your shelf to somebody else's, it's often done at the expense of profit. In this video, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to pick one extreme. There's a way to sell consistently and still make profit. So let's jump in. Before we do, if you want to unlock the secrets of selling and investing in low-end sports cards on eBay, this channel is your go-to source for expert tips, honest insights, and strategies to help boost your eBay sales. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you want to stay ahead in the card selling game, maximize your profits, and take your eBay card selling business to the next level. You can also check out my other channel at Puck Mike, where I open and talk about hockey cards. The real speed for selling sports cards quickly and profitably comes from selling sports cards that people are actually searching for. And contrary to what many sellers and YouTube channels will tell you, that is not always the top rookie, or an autograph, or 1 of 1, or Gen Mint 10. In fact, in most cases, for us low to mid-end sellers, we know firsthand that the market isn't just buying the top rookies or the GOATs. It always bothers me a little bit when I see really big channels talking about lower-end parallel cards saying, oh, it's junk, no one's ever gonna buy it, it's junk wax, it's gonna take forever to sell, no one buys hockey, no one collects low-end sets. Because these exact cards are a huge part of the sports card market. You don't go to the grocery store and buy just one kind of milk. There's milk for $8, there's milk for $4, $3, and a whole bunch of milk alternatives in between for different prices. Now, of course, the seller who sells the $8 milk might look at the $3 milk and say, that's not really worth it to me to sell at that rate. But to the $3 seller, that's their bread and butter. That's where they make their profit. Sometimes because maybe they can't afford to sell the $8 milk. Sometimes I think we make the sports card market more complex than it has to be. It's a business, and many business principles that apply in other industries also apply here. By now, if you've watched my videos, you know what my method is, my card bucket method that I explain in my card bucket method video. Long story short, 3 buckets, $1 box cards, curated cards, that's my bread and butter, that's my profit tier, and then investment cards. I want to show you some examples of sales, particularly of cards that someone might have looked at a card show or in a collection and said, that's not worth it to sell, no one's ever going to buy it, or it's going to take forever to sell. And towards the end of this video, guys, I'm going to share a few practical tips to help you move your cards quicker on eBay, regardless of what method you're using. Okay, first example, Ray Emery 2012 UD Victory Bronze number to 199. Purchased this on March 23, 2025 in a bulk lot for 6 cents per card. I sold this August 28th for $6.99. Total profit on that junk card because they don't even make Victory anymore, and it's a low-end product, and no one buys hockey. $4.67. Example number 2, Nolan Jones Guardians Auto number to 275. 2021 authenticated vintage blue autograph. 33-cent card cost on December 8th, 2024. Final sale price on September 14th, 2025, $6.50 for a net profit of $4.12. Same lot, 33 cents per card, different card. Geraldo Perdomo 2021 Bowman Chrome numbered to 299. It's a speckle from Arizona Diamondbacks. Final sale price on September 6, 2025, $3.99. Total profit $1.94. One more, guys. 95-96 Pinnacle Olaf Kolzig number 134, 6 cents per card again. $2.99 sale for a profit of $1.36. I think I've actually sold that card once or twice more before, so that's kind of cool. Look, there's a market for low-end unique cards, even cards that aren't that unique. I even sell some Pro Set and some other cards from the junk wax era in my store. As a seller, it's very easy, especially as you're growing the business, to lose sight of what many collectors are actually collecting. And many collectors buy a lot of low-end cards from all eras, and not just the stars, but of a lot of different players. Now, you might say, that's great, but it can take a long time for those lower end cards to move in the market because there's a lot of them out there. And this is where your strategy has to come into play. And this is why I made the shift to go back to selling only mostly hockey, because it's what I know. And don't underestimate how much that knowledge gives you an edge in the market. For example, other sellers might not know that these hockey mascot cards move fairly well, especially shortly after the product is released. They might not know that at the time this card was sold that Kirill Kaprizov was in a contract year and that the salary cap is going up in the NHL and he was in the news quite a bit. And so that can cause someone's cards to move faster as collectors hear their name more. My strategy, again, as I've laid out in previous videos, is not to just make a quick flip. Selling cards fast is good. Selling cards consistently for profit is way better. That's the strategy you have to build for your business because it reduces the burden that the cards you list today have to sell as fast as possible to keep the business going tomorrow. If you list 5,000 cards per month and you need to sell at least half of those to buy inventory for the next month, I mean, you're never going to catch up. You're always going to be chasing revenue and you're going to burn yourself out. If you add a smart catalog of cards that over time your buyers will like and that will consistently sell, then you will have consistent revenue without having to list 5,000 cards per month. You don't have to do it my way. You don't have to start selling hockey. In fact, if you don't watch hockey, don't start selling it because you're not going to be successful. And it doesn't mean you have to buy the specific cards and players that I mentioned earlier either. What it does mean is that it's worth it to consider what type of business you're trying to be and then building your entire framework, sourcing, selling, marketing around everything that you do. If selling cards fast regardless of price is working for you because you're getting enough wins that can offset those losses, then do that. If playing the long game works better for you because you'd rather wait for more profit while you're trying to grow the business, then do that. Maybe you want a hybrid approach, you want to blend a couple methods. That's fine too. But the main point, again, is that the real speed for selling sports cards quickly and profitably comes from selling sports cards that people are actually searching for. And that is not just stars and Hall of Famers. Okay, and as promised, guys, here is a few practical tips to help you move cards on eBay a little bit quicker, regardless of what method you are using. The first one here is sending offers to interested buyers. I've gone back and forth on this one a little bit. For a while, I thought, well, I don't want to bother interested buyers. You know, sometimes it annoys me when I look at an item or I add an item to my watch list, and then like 60 seconds later, I get that notification, you still interested? But honestly, the amount of times I might annoy buyers by doing this is vastly offset by the amount of times I convert that to a sale. And really, most buyers, I think, expect this to happen. I have found myself even looking at cards or adding them to my watch list, literally thinking, okay, I'm going to wait until this buyer sends me an offer because I want to see what their real low-end price is or what their real starting place is. Think of it this way. eBay is your virtual card table at a card show. Someone adding your card to their watch list is the equivalent of them walking up to your table saying, what is your best price here and are you willing to negotiate? And you can answer that question by sending an offer with either your best price or a little bit lower of a price where you can start a negotiation. So I promise you, don't let these sit because you will miss out on sales. There are a few occasions where I might not send an offer, like maybe if I know that I can get the list price for that card, or maybe like if I want to give it more time, which is another good point. You know, you don't have to send this offer literally like 30 seconds after you see it show up in your send offers to buyers queue, but you don't want to wait until the next day either. There's like a sweet spot where you want to time it just right, where you send that offer where the buyer is willing to hit accept and make that purchase. I have found that not too quick but not too long works well. Second tip is price to move your cards. You don't have to undercut yourself. Again, it's not about listing every card at 99 cents. Certain cards, that's all you're going to get for them, and that's fine. That's why I really like my card bucket method, because it allows me to not really feel bad about those items. Again, using the card show as an example, I'm not a dollar box store, but that's my dollar box bin at the card show. And you know, those items help keep the store active in the algorithm. It helps the algorithm keep showing my items to buyers. It keeps those buyers at the card table at my show, looking through those boxes for a longer period of time, maybe looking over at another item and saying, oh, what's that? That's actually a really cool card. That's only $6. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that one. And then I net profit on one of my profitable items. So again, there's that sweet spot somewhere where you can offer a competitive price, but you don't have to always offer the cheapest price. And your strategy does come into play here as well. So most importantly, price according to your strategy. I have cards that I probably could list for maybe $3 or $4 and wait a while, and I probably could sell them for that price. But maybe the condition's not that good, or maybe I just have a lot of cards like that in my store. Or you know what, maybe I just want to run a little deal, and every now and then I want to put these little gems out there for 99 cents that I know are going to move quick. Again, just to keep the algorithm fresh. There's nothing wrong with doing that either. Whatever it is, just keep it aligned with your strategy. And the last thing, this is the most important, is list consistently. Now, when I started my card bucket method, I also started listing 10 cards per day. And 3 months into that journey, I sold 130 cards. Now, I'm not going to try to solve the eBay algorithm in this video. I'm pretty sure eBay doesn't even know how that works at this point, but I'm moving cards more consistently as I list them more consistently. And I'm moving cards from my dollar bin bucket and from my curated bucket. So the bigger point, again, of the whole video, I am moving cards consistently for profit. So even if you're just listing one card per day, it helps you stay in the mix and keep your store fresh. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you want to unlock the secrets of selling and investing in low-end sports cards on eBay, this channel is your go-to source for expert tips, honest insights, and strategies to help boost your eBay sales. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you want to stay ahead in the card selling game, maximize your profits, and take your eBay card selling business to the next level. You can also check out my other channel at Puck Mike, where I open and talk about hockey cards. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.